Is this resolution supported, motherfucker? Okay, here we go. Now this is gonna have to be a shorty. Probably fortunate. The last time I read from this, I went on for an hour. I can only stay for so long today. So, let's get at least some of this chapter done. The Runic Revival. Although many runic practices and much rune lore continued in a myriad of forms long after the coming of Christianity, the systematic transmission of the sacred rune lore belonging to the ancient Vitkar and Erelos slowly disappeared. By the 19th century, only scattered pockets of rune singers remained in Scandinavia. However, the runic mysteries are truly something indigenous to the innermost selves of many members of the Germanic tribes, and this inner rune lore can never be eliminated totally. It only retreated into the innermost shelters of the human soul, waiting to be reborn, just as the gods and men retreat into abodes in the recesses of Yggdrasil in order to survive the destructive powers released at the Ragnarok. So too did the runes hide themselves in the patterns of consciousness, awaiting the time when they might be reborn into a hospitable world that would again know their lore. As we read in the Eddic stanza 59 concerning the renewed world after Ragnarok, again the Aesir meet in Ida Plain and speak of the mighty Midgard serpent, and again remember the mighty world doom at Fimbultyr's Elder Runes. Fimbultyrs? That's another name? The rebirth process of the runes has not been without pain and blood. Until now, it seems the vessels were as yet unfit to receive the wholeness of runic power, because these vessels still contained wine made from foreign fruit. Leaders of the first half of the runic renaissance still contained many of the notions and prejudices of the Christian world in which they found themselves, and in most cases they were unable to give up these notions. Therefore, they often incorporated these ideas into their runic systems. Hello! Nice. Into their runic systems. Sometimes this was done in an honest effort of malicious manipulation of the sacred symbols. At the 20th century, the pan-Germanic mystic Guido von List received a spontaneous runic initiation in which the secrets of the runes were revealed to him while he lay in darkness, his eyes bandaged for several weeks because of a cataract operation. From that time in 1902 to his death in 1919. Damn, what? That's a what? Oh, okay, I was going to say, that's a young guy. List worked towards the restoration of what he called Armamentum. He formed the Guido von List Gesellschaft, Guido von List Society, the esoteric functions of that society. List were publication of his native Austria and Germany, oh yeah, and his theories were to some degree based on the anti-Semitic dogma of the runic theories that interest here. List developed a magical runic system of 18 runes, which we will call the Armanen system, because that's what the fuck they're called. This was based solely on the textual authority of the rune song in the Eddic Les Havements. I don't know the name vision before I figured that shit out. Although List never wrote about the magical rune practices employed by the Armanen Orden, the first book he produced after his runic initiation was entitled Das of the Runes, which outlined his interpretation of the 18 runes portrayed in this Eddic poem of pertinent esoteric topics. This was the first in a series of works published between 1904 and his death in 1919. List maintained that the 18 rune system was the primal one, although there is no hard evidence other than to support the runic theories of German magicians, political ones. From that time to the present day, Armanen Orden, which was one of the esoteric precursors of the National Socialist movement in Germany. Oh, god damn it. I don't know what that means. Alright, whatever. I told you it was going to have to be a shorty. We're going to have to cut this out. I'm having connection issues. Come on now. Oh shit. Testing. Can anyone hear me? His ideas were also His ideas were also further developed and developed between Siegfried Adolf Kummer and Friedrich Bernhard Marby, who developed a system of runic yoga and gymnastics that is worthy of study. Are extremely important since their publications and experiments set the foundations of a practical and traditional system may be laid. But their ideas, where'd I go? But their ideas generally followed those of Liszt and were not very traditional as far as the runes were concerned. They retained the armament system and further reinforced his racist ideas, as did another student, Rudolf Johann Gorsleben. Gorsleben's epochal work, Der Menschheit, the zenith of humanity, is a huge compilation of rune lore based on the armament system. The seemed quite terrible. I told you this was going to have to be a shorty. We're going to have to cut it. Started. I'm having some fluctuations in my subscriber base, but we keep the good ones. If you're here, you're cool. All right, y'all. Tell you what, I'll see you tonight. We'll get back to this text. 1488 Hail our people.